Hi folks, welcome to this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion Take 5. I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon, and joining me today is Farhad Daroga, who is the Special Projects Manager for the Development Services Department for the city. Farhad, how you doing?
Thank you very much. Wonderful.
I'm very happy to have Farhad here today because we're going to be talking about something very, very important for our community, and that's the update of our comprehensive plan. And I asked Farhad to come on to talk about the comprehensive plan, what it is, why it's important, and how the community can participate. So let's jump right in here first off, Farhad, and remind me and the public how many years you've been with the city, because I think that's an important part of this process.
Yes, I've been here since 1980 for over 37 years with the city and seen a lot of growth and a lot of wonderful things happening and the city becoming a wonderful big city.
You live in the city too, right?
I do. I've lived here for 37 and a half years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So with regard to the comprehensive plan, how many of these have you been through?
This will be the third one I'm involved in. The first one was in the early 1980s, then we did one in the late 1990s, and now we started our third one.
Well, having been around for a few decades, which, you know, you're one of the most beloved employees in the organization, and I can't hardly find anybody that's been here a while that doesn't know you, that speaks highly of you, which says a lot about your integrity and dedication as a city employee, and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Having been through this several times, what about this is important to you?
It's extremely important because this exercise of preparing a comprehensive plan happens once every 10 or 15 years. So it's very important for the citizens to be involved in it, give their input, and see how the comprehensive plan process works.
All right, so if I'm a resident, a couple questions here. If I'm a resident that I've never really heard about a comprehensive plan, how would you answer that question if I came up and said, Farhad, what is the comprehensive plan?
The comprehensive plan is really a policy document that the city council and the community adopts on how the future of our city will be over the next 20 years and even beyond. The policies, the direction that the city will take over the next 20, 25 years will be set through this comprehensive plan process. All
right, so when you say policy, are we talking about zoning or recreation opportunities, land use? Be a little more specific about that.
All of them. It's about our infrastructure, it's about our mobility, it's housing, what type of the city growth patterns ought to be, the land use, which is the zoning, particularly infrastructure and so forth. It'll be truly a comprehensive picture of all facets of our city, including, over the last few years, including the fact that we need to be a healthier city and a sustainable city over the next 20, 25 years.
That's a great point. Okay, so where are we in the process?
The process just started in January. This is our first public meeting coming up next Tuesday, March 27th. And we are in the early phases of the process. It's fact-finding, getting input from all our citizens and stakeholders, as well as our city leadership, and having several other meetings through the rest of this year.
Okay, so if I'm Joe Q Citizen and I'm watching this forum and I say, hey, I'm going to go to one of these meetings, what type of format can we expect to take place as a part of this public forum?
We're going to have an open house from 6 to 6:30 on Tuesday where people can come in and look at the different topics and different issues that the city staff and the consultants have put together. There will be a small lecture from 6:30 to about 7:15, and there'll be more time for questions and answers and additional input opportunities. So I would say that this is a first get-together type meeting. Future meetings will have more specifics and more details.
Okay, so if I am a resident and I come to one of the meetings, what kind of questions should I ask, or what should I be looking for with regards to being able to provide input?
Good question. I think the input from the citizens ought to be to give feedback to our consultants and staff on what type of things that they're seeing that they like and what direction to take. It's not only about transportation and connectivity, it's about housing, it's about future jobs, how our city will be sustainable, and what they would like to see, including the parks and recreation areas.
All right, so let's put a real life scenario on this that you were intricately involved with. Back in the early 2000s, our downtown needed to be revitalized. Yes. And so from that, there was a committee that was formed to look at opportunities, and from that came the Rose District.
Right.
So just talk briefly about that's a microcosm of what we're really a bigger picture, but just kind of explain how important it is, the planning process, to get to that end goal.
That's a good example. It's our downtown was really kind of going down slowly over during that era, and in 2005 we adopted a new master plan, and it was a culmination of forming a committee that wanted to revive our old part of the city and our downtown. So the master plan then ultimately resulted in the Rose District, and we are seeing the success of it a decade later.
So actually the comprehensive plan is looking at the whole community and trying to have a vision of what we'd like to do with existing and what land is left to be developed? Yes.
We have about 50 to 60% of our land developed right now, and we have half our property is still vacant. That's the city's asset. That'll be the future growth of the city of Broken Arrow. And this is the opportunity to decide how we want to grow.
Okay, so the meeting is when again?
The next public meeting is on Tuesday, March 27th from 6 to 8 at Central on Main.
Okay, if we have folks that are a little shy that may not want to ask a question in public and would just like to talk to you or a member of the Development Services team a little bit more intimately, how can they reach you?
We will have stations and booths set up during the public hearing on Tuesday, the 27th, where they can leave questions with us, they can write questions, and we will also have a website dedicated to the comprehensive plan, so people can send in their questions by email, contact us by social media, and of course our information, contact me personally by telephone and email.
All right, folks, we're just about out of time. Anything else you'd like to add, Farhad?
No, I'm really excited about this. This is the city's 5th comprehensive plan, and I hope that people have a good input into this, and this is our opportunity. There'll be other public meetings as well through the rest of this year.
All right, I want to thank Farhad for coming on for today's segment. Just a reminder, folks, next Tuesday night is the first public forum. There will be additional forums through our social media, our focus newsletter, and other opportunities that we communicate with the public. We'll keep you posted on future meetings. We want to thank you for tuning in today. We hope that you're learning a little bit about our comprehensive plan. And until next time, take care, and I hope to see you around town.